Mr. USIU.
That's what's up. That's what's up. How are you doing, man? It's been a minute.
Bro, doing great. How are you?
I'm doing well, man. I'm doing well. Okay.
You see what happened the previous week when you jinxed it. Now last week we couldn't do it. I say Chesa Chini.
I think it was a ploy on your side. You were just trying to build some suspense with the viewers, like,
No, but my Saturday was jam packed, so I just couldn't do it. Oh, bro, I love this stuff. I love this stuff. This is this
it's
is where
it
it's
is
at.
it's really growing on me as well, man. Honestly,
Yeah,
like it's just amazing, man. And just bringing everyone together is just amazing, man. Just sharing
yeah.
stories and then watching all the videos that you're also posting, talking to other men. Amazing stuff, man. Amazing stuff.
Then
All right.
I had a very good conversation with a guy in Nairobi who is doing taxi. I mean, he's coming like a driver with a car, but he doesn't have a car. And that conversation got stuck in the production. It has. I think I'm only gonna get maybe 40% of it. But it was a nice conversation. I know his heart will break when he hears this. And then in the same time, I had a conversation with a young man in Congo DRC that went to school in Burundi, and he had poor conversation, he had poor connections, and in one of his attempts to come back, he actually bumped in the conversation that I was having with the driver guy. So the three of us were on the screen at the same time.
Oh man. Nice, 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 man.
Yeah.
I even watched the video you posted yesterday, with that guy from who was in the Netherlands, and he
Yes.
was really struggling to articulate himself and share. But dude, he had so much experience in life and like the things that he'd gone through. Wow, I was just completely shocked, man.
There is something real deeper there, but I didn't want to delve into it because from the get go, I saw him avoiding it. So I gave him a pass, but there's something going on there
Yeah.
in him coming to terms with the situations of his father. But he was not ready for that conversation. So
Yeah.
I didn't bother him with that. But he'll turn around. And he has very good connection, so it's very nice, interactive, touching all the natural lights when he's walking in the streets of
I was
Netherlands.
actually I was actually thinking of doing one session with you where I'm out on the streets and then I
Yeah,
call you on the phone and then I show you London, man.
yeah, man. You should do that. I remember one time you recorded a video on the streets and you had put a camera and you had gone across the street and you carried the microphone camera.
Yeah.
I mean microphone phone so that you can capture good quality sound.
Yeah, audio. Yeah.
Yeah. We
I'm
should
just
we should we should do that one of those on those busy streets of London with all the red colors and the black colors of the taxis and the double decker
Oh
buses.
yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely, man. It's a lot to capture. It's just a lot of information out there that we need to capture this, man, and share it with the world, man.
Yeah.
Crazy stuff, man. So, damn, it was just been a crazy week, man. This week has just been so hectic. And even last week we were hit with a massive heat wave, man. I think in a way,
Again?
yes, dude, temperatures are just crazy, yo. Like last week we hit I think here in London, we hit temperatures of maybe 33, 34 degrees, man. And the problem is the humidity. The
Yes.
humidity levels with this, like, 34 doesn't sound a lot, but when you add the humidity together with that temperature, it's almost unbearable, man. It's almost
Yeah.
like you can't even breathe.
Yeah. I,
So,
I understand it very well. That's what we deal with in Texas in summertime.
yeah.
Yeah.
Plus, I don't know, I read some article or news that there was some floods going on
Big
in
time.
around.
Around
Holy.
where I am right now, yes.
Yeah, yeah.
There was even another one that was not reported that happened much later, maybe 6 days ago. It is
Oh,
bad. Yeah.
man.
The only upside is one of our lakes is gonna fill up. It's been empty for almost a decade. So
Wow.
it's going to fill up from that.
Man. Anyway. Anyway, man. So I just wanted to just share some stories with you, man. I was like, I wanted to know what you thought about them
Yeah.
because they were just sitting in the back of my mind, and I haven't really shared these stories with a lot of people, very close friends, and that was about it basically. But I feel like these stories can help people who are watching learn something. And there was actually, speaking of learning something, there was something that you said. I think was it yesterday? Yesterday when you watched one of your videos and you talked about when men, yes, we're laughing at each other, but we're laughing at each other in the sense that we want to help each other.
Yeah.
But if when women get together and they're talking and they have, like, let's say one woman's doing something that's not really that doesn't make logical sense. The other woman is going to be like, "Oh no, you're the queen."
Yes. They
Yeah.
they egg each other on.
Yes,
Yes.
yes. And yeah, it really got me thinking, like, wow, we really need to. Holy crap, we've got someone else on the call. Holy,
So
what's going on here?
this is your curveball for the weekend. So we have here
Holy.
Malik. Do you want me to say your name?
Yeah, sure, sure. My face is already there.
We have with us here Malik Rajab.
Holy. What? Man, what's going on here? Yo.
You
what
see what
what's
happens when you're in a good country? The network is
Yeah.
perfect.
Man, this is amazing, amazing, amazing. Well, nice to meet you,
Nice to
man.
meet you too, I think.
Glad you could join. Glad you
So
can join us,
Malik,
man.
I brought in this guy here because he has been in the UK for 12 years. Is it 12 years or 14?
Whoa.
You, Mister
Oh, you're talking about
USIU.
me?
Yes,
No, dude. How many years has it been? No, it's almost almost 8 years now.
80
If
years.
you count, yeah, yeah.
So
That's still a
Mr.
long time.
Mr. USIU here is from Kenya, and he has been in the UK for 8 years. And when you text me about your issue, I thought, well, I was already planning to talk with this guy. Let me hear if he's gonna pick one or two things about life abroad. So take us where you want to take us.
Oh yeah. So like you said, my name is Malik. I'm from Kenya, born and raised. I came to the Netherlands in 2023. As I said before, I came through a family EU visa, which means my girlfriend brought me here to the Netherlands. Before that, we had met while I was in school. I hope you can hear me clearly because there's okay, good.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Before that, I had met her in school, I think in 2021, but in Hungary. I was in Hungary, but I couldn't finish school, so I had to go back home. When I went back home, she came to visit. After visiting, that's when she came to the Netherlands. And then she was like, yeah, if you want to join me, you can come. So I was like, yeah, sure, why not? Let me come. So from that period, from let's say 2022 to now, I think I discovered Andrew Kibe in 2022, and I've had a lot of my events unfolding, and I've had most of my learning and unlearning and relearning during this period. So right now, I've been here for 2.5 years. I've been working for 1.5, but I've been unemployed in 10 months. Um, so my story is long. I can start it from way before, but that's where I am right now.
So what are you struggling with?
Struggling with right now is hmm, it's tricky. What am I struggling with? I can say self-identity, and I can also say progress or progression, because since I came here, I've been trying to apply for like the driver's license, which has been quite difficult. Um, uh, it has been quite difficult to get it. I've been wanting to start maybe, let's say, content creation, building on my brand as a foreigner in the Netherlands, but I've been finding it quite difficult. Also, fitting in has been quite difficult. And at 27 years old, I think I should be in a place where I could be able to decide where I want to move forward. So it has reached a point where I am yet to decide whether I want to stay here to continue to push forward with, let's say, career wise and social life, or to go back home, which I'm not really sure about what I'm going to do. I have quite a bit of savings, but I don't think it might last me if I go back. And I don't think of what I would do if I go back home. Right now, I have a family that is dependent on me. That is my family. That is my mother and my siblings. They are still dependent on me as of right now, and I don't know what would happen if I would choose to go back. There's also the fact that it's been 2.5 years. In 2.5 years' time, I would be able to qualify for naturalization, which means I'd be getting the passport, the citizenship, which is very good. But I don't know if I can hold on to that long. So the thing is, what's bothering me, it's been, I don't know if let's say I'm identifying with like if I'm a hustler, or I'm lazy, or is it because of trauma that I am unable to decide if I want to go back home or if I want to stay here. So I've been looking at your videos for quite a while now, and there has been a consistent pattern. For example, the pattern with choosing a woman who is exactly like your mother. For example, the pattern in are you really lazy, or you think like, do you think you're hardworking, or you're just lazy? You know, there has been a pattern of what else, if I am to think about it, self-identity crisis, especially with the guys that are my age, from 23 all the way to 35, repetition of mistakes. So if you can ask me questions, maybe I'd be able to more clarify into why I decided to make this call.
And for a minute there, when you're looking at yourself on the screen, are you fully on the screen?
I'm like on the corner
Because
down there.
we see you from here down. We don't see the whole of you.
What about now?
No, I'm able to see him completely, fully. I
Oh,
think
you
it's
see
just
the full of him. Okay.
yeah,
It will come out
Okay,
in
okay,
production.
okay.
yeah.
Okay, disregard. Asim,
Wait, that's a lot to take in one go, man. Dude, first off, you need to slow down. I know you have a lot of information you want to share with us. I'm glad you're on here. You're sharing. I'm just take it easy, man. Slow it down. Let's take one step at a time. Wow. Do you feel like where you are right now isn't like other people are not looking up to where you are right now, like where you are right now, what you have accomplished, where, like you've moved out of, I'm assuming, Kenya, right?
Yeah.
So do you feel like people who are in Kenya are not looking up to you and wishing like, wow, this guy's in the Netherlands, and they're not looking up to you and just like trying to emulate their life to be like yours, and you're talking about going back?
Actually, it's the opposite. I do feel as if they are looking up to me, from what I've been able to accomplish. The problem is I don't.
What do you mean, like you don't?
I don't feel that way. I don't feel as if I have accomplished much. I feel like I could do more with the position that I am in, or with the clarity that I have been able to achieve right now.
IQ, what do you want to add there?
No, I saw you catching something. I saw you catching something, and I want you
Dude,
to go
I
there.
want
Don't
to
wait
say,
for me.
I want to, there's so many things I want to say, man.
I saw you catch. I saw you catch something.
Man, dude, okay, let me just try and share a little bit about myself, and then maybe you can kind of relate, because I absolutely went through what you went through when I moved from Kenya. And this whole burden of, yes, you have family back home, you need to take care of them and all that kind of stuff. But I moved from Kenya, I left everything, and you leave your home and you're now into a new environment. You're getting a culture shock. You're getting homesickness, obviously, because you miss the way things were done when you were younger. But isn't part of growing putting yourself in an uncomfortable position? Because if you want to go back to comfort, you will never grow. So you're talking about you want to grow, but then you want to go back to comfort. You've heard of the comfort zone, right? If you stay in the comfort zone, you'll never evolve, you'll never grow. So when you say you want to go back, and I really forced myself, I do not want to go back. I had so many urges, like I want to go back because I thought maybe going back will help me grow. But going back in my mind was giving me the idea of, oh, I'm going to go and be safe. I'm going to be around familiarity, around what is it called? Comfort, basically. And when you're around comfort, you wouldn't push yourself. That's how I kind of saw it. And so I stopped myself. I had urges to go back, but when I went back for a visit. I never. Oh, I think we just lost him there.
He was having connection issues.
Oh man.
I could see him disappearing, but he'll come back. Let's.
Yeah. On Chill Out
Yeah, but
Records.
you caught it straight up. That's
Yeah.
that's exactly what it is.
I don't know, man. I just feel like
I saw you catch it. I saw you catch it. Yeah.
it's so fascinating, man. Like once you have the information and you can see things. Oh, welcome back, man. You just see certain things, and you call it out. On my stream, I have Robert SFDC has joined. All right, welcome back, man. Yeah, so like I was saying, I the thing that stands out for me from what you've just said, and you've said a lot of things. Of course, we're gonna break it all down, but from what the main things that really stood out for me, and it relates to me as well, is I had that urge to go back. What I did is I went back as a visit, not I didn't go back permanently. I don't know what the situation is on your side, and especially what you're doing in terms of your career. But for my situation, what had happened was I saw a lot of opportunities here in the UK, and I'm pretty sure even in the US there are a lot of. I mean, first world countries have a lot of opportunities. I'm not saying Kenya doesn't. There are opportunities there. If you have the formula to make money, then go and do it. But from what I'm hearing from your side, it sounds like you want to go and be next to mama, or just be next to family or someone to comfort you and make you feel safe. Personally, you wouldn't grow, man. When I think about all the hardships that family or friends have put me through, I thank them because they made me stronger. What doesn't kill you makes you stronger. So that's how I'd see it. IQ, what do you want to say there?
Do you still do, can you still hear us?
I think the
Yes,
connection's
I
a
can.
little bit.
But
Okay,
the
okay.
connection is, yeah.
Yeah, if you can just put your phone on do not disturb, like do not disturb, so that phone calls do not interrupt your conversation.
It's done.
Yeah. So yeah, I assume I saw you catching it. He wants to go back to comfort. And let me say something to preempt everything. I like this demographic. I like this 25 to 34. They are totally different kind of breed than the 19 to 25, yeah, to 24. 25 to 34 is my demographic because they have tried something, they have failed. Now reality has settled in. These Dwanzis, the 19 to 24, they don't know anything yet. Because they graduated, now they are on the top of the food chain. They have not realized that they are now at the bottom of the food chain. And you have to work yourself up from the bottom. So if you look at most of my conversations that go very well, it's this demographic, 25 to 34. You saw the guy from Ghana, he's 23. There was nothing happening there. There is nothing getting to him because he still hasn't faced reality.
Damn.
So, and he's getting lost again. Can you still hear us? Is this the best connection you have, Mr. Netherlands? Yeah. So people who have tried something and failed, those are the people now you can have a conversation with. Because now they are like, okay, I thought I knew. It turns out I don't. Now I am receptive to direction.
There is actually a graph that depicts this. I don't know where I saw it, but
Yeah.
it's a weird graph where in the beginning it's like you feel like you know everything, and then the reality hits you, and then it goes down because you're like, okay, I need to learn. There's a lot I need to go and learn, and then it starts climbing up. Most of the times I've interacted with people at the beginning of that peak where they
Oh,
think they
there
know
is
so
nothing
much.
getting through the skull. Nothing. Nothing. The lucky ones, they mature quicker and they force themselves into the 25, 34 category. Those ones are the ones that succeed. And they avoid so many disruptors.
There was something else that you had talked about, you had mentioned, and I've just remembered right now. You were talking about a girl in the mixed somewhere and that she brought you to the Netherlands. What was that about?
Yeah. Oh, what was that
So
about?
did you meet her while you were in Kenya and then you...
No, I met her while I was in school in Hungary. I was doing a part-time job. She was also doing a part-time job, and that's how we met.
Do you have to get married inside of Netherlands to
No, you
be
don't have to get married.
accepted as a couple?
No,
Or you don't have to get married at all?
no, you don't have to get married. Yeah.
Okay.
So how do you get the naturalization then? Just by living there for 2 years?
Yes, just by living
2.5.
there and learning the language, integrating into society. That's pretty much it, really. And yeah, living here, paying the rent, paying tax. Could be employment, it could be business. Doesn't really matter.
Nice. So, but then why did you go down the route of waiting for a girl to invite you over and then you...
Because I couldn't really
Or did you
come
not
in
have that
school.
information at that time?
I didn't. Yes, that's true. I didn't have the information at that time. Yes, that's true.
So are you saying you expected life to be easier than it is now?
No, not that's the thing. I didn't expect anything to be easy. It's just that what particularly shocked me was I don't know. I know I'm going to sound maybe I don't know. It doesn't really matter. The institutional racism. So I've tried applying, for example, my driver's license, and it has been difficult. And the one of the things that has hindered me getting that has been me not being able to speak Dutch yet. So and the workplaces here, it's since I can't really speak Dutch, it's quite hard for myself and for them to integrate. So in the first year, I was able to to start with the warehouse. So I was doing work in a warehouse for like 6 months, and then I upgraded to delivery. So I was doing deliveries with a bike for like a whole year. And then after doing the bike, I was like, okay, now it's time to change to go for a car, maybe get a driver's license, doing deliveries with a car, with a truck, or doing a taxi, because I wanted progression. But that's where everything stopped. That's where everything stopped, and yeah, it's like I'm in a rut right now, because every time I'm trying to apply, I do the tests. So the thing is, yeah, here in the Netherlands, the driver's license is hard to obtain because they are extremely strict with the with the with the examination. So like, if you're going to an exam, right? First of all, one of the rules that they have is that there must be a 49% fail. I think it's 50 or 49. I'm not sure. So from the moment you walk in, it's either depending with the mood or depending with the attitude of the examiner that you'll get. It's either you pass or it's either you fail. So you go there. The first question is, do you speak any Dutch? For me, which is no. Okay, then that becomes a problem. Okay, you go to an exam. If you do one mistake, the exam is done. So it's not like with my peers. I have peers in the UK, I have peers in the US. It's much easier for them. They go there in 1 month, they have the driver's license. Here, it's not like that, because they treat it as a career. So if you have a driver's license, you can proceed to either trucking, or you can proceed to either being a taxi driver or a personal driver. So it's a career. So they treat it very seriously. And I was okay with that until like now I met the actual, like, this is it. Either you fail or you pass. So I've been trying it the first time, the second time, it hasn't worked out. So when I came here, my purpose was not actually to stay. It was to accumulate some money, go back home, start a business, and continue to do what I was doing. I came, I worked, and as I continue to stay here, I realized, like, yeah, this is a great country. Like, you work, you get paid, like it's nice. So my dreams or my goals started changing. So I wanted to stay here, I wanted to work here, and then I wanted to get the permanent residency, and I wanted for the naturalization. But last year, that was in 2024 November, when I couldn't really get my driver's license, I started thinking to myself, so all the money that I had spent from working, I had spent in getting the driver's license. So from the first month, I was invested in getting the driver's license, and it's quite expensive, because one lesson can cost up to a minimum of 60 euros a lesson. So all the money that I spent until 2024 in November, I completed it. I finished it in trying to acquire the driver's license. So from then on, I tried to save all the money that I can so that if anything happens, I could go back home safely, like without any, not going back home with the zero money. That I didn't want to do that. So that's basically where I am right now. So yeah, you can maybe ask questions.
Between Hungary and Netherlands, did you go back to Kenya?
Yes, in 2022.
How long?
1 year.
How long?
1 year.
What were you doing? What were you doing in Kenya?
What was I doing in Kenya? I wasn't really doing much. I wasn't doing. If
Okay.
I'll be honest, I'll be honest. I wasn't doing much.
So what is this thing you want to go back to in so much hurry now that you're in the Netherlands?
I don't want. The thing is, I
You are
don't want to
even
go back to
planning
Kenya.
contingency plans of, if things don't work, I'm going to go back to Kenya to do what? What is it you want to go back to Kenya to do?
So the thing is, I don't. It's not Kenya that I'm planning to go to. So what I've been doing since 2023 to 2025, I've been traveling. I've been traveling a lot, and then I realized, like, in the whole of Africa, there's very little content travel creators, and that's basically what I wanted to start. I wanted to start to do, and also there's.
You are not a content creator.
Asim has laughed.
Oh man.
You are not a content creator.
Yeah.
Oh man.
If you are a content creator, this conversation would be about content creation.
That's true.
The only thing you need is sunlight and your phone, and you'll be telling us everything about the water channels of Netherlands. You have not done that.
Yeah,
You are not a content creator.
God damn.
I mean, what else do you need?
Not much.
Camera, iPod, and naturalized Twilly.
Let's
What else do you need?
Oh man.
You are not a content creator. You're looking for an excuse. You're looking for a reason to fail. The moment I asked you, what is it you are doing in Kenya that you want to so much in a hurry go to? You ran away from Kenya. Oh no, it's not Kenya. I want to go to Africa. Which Africa?
So the way I'm seeing it is you're just constantly running away from your problems, basically. Because fine, let's say you go back to Kenya, then Kenya you will be in that dilemma again, like, oh damn, I need to go back to the Netherlands.
We just agreed there was nothing he was doing in Kenya. Between Hungary and Australia and Netherlands, he was in Kenya for a year. I asked him what he was doing. He did not have one sentence. There is nothing there. He just want a reason to fail. You said before that you traveled around Africa. Show me your Wodemaya YouTube channel that you traveled around Africa beating Wodemaya in content creation around Africa. Is there such a channel?
No.
Do you know who Wodemaya is?
I do.
Do you have a similar Wodemaya channel on YouTube of traveling,
No.
of having traveled to Africa?
No, I don't.
Okay, so let's talk about the real things. Let's talk about the real things. You want something for nothing. You want results in a hurry without having ever put an effort. It does not work like that. And much of your problem is not you. The problem is not you, because you are the one who sought that opportunity. I give you big time kudos for targeting that woman in Hungary who belonged to Western Europe and attaching yourself to her so that you can have a better life. You are not the problem. The problem is the people you are comparing yourself with. You already mentioned the people in Britain. You already mentioned about your buddies in the European Union. You are comparing yourself with them. Instead of, which is much easier, you working so good on yourself that other people compare themselves with you. Isn't that the position you would want to be in?
That's right.
So the guy in UK, the people in the European Union, they should be looking up to you and say, I want to be like this guy. He went to Hungary, he scored a Western European girl, rode her all the way to the water channels of Netherlands. And now he is making it big there. But you are looking at yourself as subservient to those guys. Instead of you saying, I have this amount of time to master the language. They have immersion programs there where they teach in schools and in libraries of immigrants so that they can catch up with the English very quickly, free of charge.
Uh, so the free of charge is for the what are they called? Asylum seekers. But for an immigrant, it's not free of charge.
Does your girlfriend speak the language, the Dutch?
No, she doesn't.
Where is she from?
Hungary.
She's not Dutch?
She's not Dutch.
So how did the both of you end up in Netherlands?
She came first, she saw the place, and she was like, yeah, this place is cool. We can definitely stay here. I was like, yeah, sure.
Mm-hmm.
Let me come.
And then, is she still there?
Yeah, she is. She is still here. She is still here. She's still
Do you
with
think
me.
if I talk to her, do you think if I talk to her, she would give me a half full story of how difficult life is in the Netherlands? Do you think that would be her story?
That's the thing. See, you okay? So from the way I presented the story, I know it looks like half difficult, like you said, half difficult of how it was. But for her,
Half
it's
full.
like, yeah, half full. For her, it's like way worse. So like I have to be
Okay.
the one who motivates her, and it's getting a toll on me. You know, like it's yeah.
Are the two of you in vices?
Or like alcohol and weed and this kind of things.
I'm asking you. What is it?
No,
What is your
no,
boarding?
no.
What do you board over?
I used to, and then I stopped completely.
You used to do what?
Alcohol, weed.
What made you stop, and when did you stop?
Clarity, man. Clarity. I needed the clarity. I needed to think straight.
Are you sure? Are you sure if we continue with this conversation, you're not going to tell me I only now drink socially, or I only now smoke occasionally?
Okay, I have one time. Okay, let me just before
Mimi
you
sio mtu
ask that.
mzuri.
No, for
Mimi
real.
sina haja na
Let me
mzuri.
no. Let me just say.
Oh, come on, man. You can't
it
make
was-
this shit up, huh?
Listen, it was one time we were in Greece, and at the end of the meal, they have like complimentary shots. So you take like 1, 2, and that was it. Like no, it was nothing intentional. Like that's it.
So why have the both of you not adapted in Netherlands?
Yeah, I think maybe it's the victim mentality. Maybe it's we didn't like we thought it would be easy. Yeah, I think we thought it would be easy.
She is Eastern European. Where is her racism card? You threw in your institutional racism card there. Where is hers? It's Eastern European.
Yeah, I just sorry, and I just want to interject here for a second. Sorry, because you're talking about going back to Kenya, and I'm now you've brought her into the mix. So are you thinking of taking her back there? So what about her then? Is she gonna adapt to Kenya and all that?
I think if
So
I choose to go back
just a
home,
question.
she'd have to stay, right?
Stay where with you in Kenya?
Nah, she'd have to stay here.
Okay, I'm gonna ask you a question, and you give me just one straight answer. Why are you still moving around and you're already settled? The network is still very new. Do you want to get the cafe's Wi-Fi?
Yeah, let me ask. I don't see anybody, but let me ask for the Wi-Fi.
Yeah, just exit, go get the Wi-Fi and come back on.
Okay, sure. Um,
Bro, how the fuck have men become so directionless like this?
Comparison. If we eliminated IG, if we eliminated WhatsApp updates, life will be just perfect.
Yeah,
I step
because we
out
would.
here and I take a picture of 3 Mercedes Benzes parked next to each other. What do you think that picture is going to do to somebody else?
That is so true, man. This is the reason why I left X,
IG,
IG, yeah, all that
WhatsApp
shit.
update. If we eliminated the two, we would solve 99% of the problems of the people at the age of 44.
Man.
Comparison is the thief of joy. And now we know it's not just killing the joy, it's even stealing the motivation, it's stealing the drive, it's stealing the
Yeah.
tenacity, it's stealing the effort, it's stealing kujituma. You are like, okay, what is the use of trying? If
Yeah.
these guys out here, they have been telling me in the UK they are doing so well.
Yeah. And there's also another aspect to it. Are you doing it for other people or are you doing it for yourself?
That's the problem. Because once you start comparing, logic gets out of the window. And that's why women go on this downward spiral of wasting their youth because of comparing themselves with
yes.
what other girls are having.
Damn.
So I'm going to ask you one question and you give me just one response, just one less than 3 words response. What do you want out of life?
Success,
Okay.
freedom, power.
Success, freedom, and power. You know, men are not born with those things. And men are not guaranteed those things. The things you have to put yourself through, your body, your mind, and your spirit, to get success, to be free, and to have power. That is a preserve of the kings. Let me say that one again more time so that it makes sense. That is a preserve of the kings. When they are preparing Diana, what was her name? Princess Diana's children, the 2 boys, they were already born princes. One of them is gonna be king in the next 1 year. But even for them, they prepared them so that even though they are born into success, power, and freedom, they take them through the rigors of life so that they can appreciate those things. If there's somebody who is well trained in the military, it's those boys. They even know how to fly helicopters. They do water drills in the middle of the freezing ocean with the National Guards, the Coast Guards, so that they can encompass everything that it takes to be successful, to be powerful, and to be free. They take them through special schooling where they teach them the history of where they came from so that they can understand the weight and the gravity of the freedom that they need to protect. It's a preserve for the kings. If you dare dream to be free, if you dare dream to be successful, if you dare dream to be powerful, you have to buy into it. There is no wishy-washy. Oh, I am here for 2.5 years. Maybe I need to go back home. To do what? Those boys were put in boarding schools. They were separated from their parents. All of them, the whole lineup, including their father, all of them were put in special schools where they're separated and they have these special teachers that instill the importance of what they are about to step into: power, control, success, so that they can create that sense of soberness. I keep giving reference to the very first inauguration of Obama. There is that thing they do inside the Capitol. And they have a ceremony there. And then they go to a session that is never shown on TV, that is private. Before he walks to the open to take the oath of office. And when he's coming from that private session, and we see him for the first time, there is a soberness in his face. Somebody has explained something about the gravity of the seat he's about to acquire, and it has sunk in him. Power, freedom, success.
I stand here today humbled by the task before us.
It has to come with a sense of clarity of mind.
Grateful for the trust you've bestowed.
It has to come with a sense of soberness.
Mindful of the sacrifices borne by our ancestors.
You cannot go to a boot camp, and we see them making movies of mute your mic on the bottom in the middle. Perfect. When you want to speak now, you can speak because there's a lot of noise coming from the other side. We see them making movies. We see that movie, the one they killed Osama on Netflix. We see Kyle getting trained as an older guy in the midst of these teenagers and 21-year-olds in a boot camp. We see the MPs, the military police, the trainers, when they are touting them. Are you sure this is what you want? Do you know what it takes to be a Green Beret? Do you know what it takes to be a Marine? Do you know what it takes to be a Special Force? Do you know what it takes to put your body and mind through this training to be great, to be chosen? And we see them even in G.I. Joe. Your phone is now disappearing again. Even in G.I. Joe, there is always that moment where the trainers come and tout them to fail. Tout them to fail. Go ring the bell and go back to mama. You are not for this. I don't think you are prepared to do what it takes for you to be powerful, for you to be successful, for you to be free. Go ring the bell and go home. We see them do that all the time. It's the gravity of it. They want it to sink in them.
Hey, I feel like he needs a lot of. I just feel he's really scattered, man. He's all over the place. That's the I guess you can say the vibration. I guess I'm sensing from him. He needs some sort of direction or something. Cause man,
So, are you sure you know what it takes to be successful, to be powerful, to be free? Because it means separating yourself from where you came from. You want to start paying the black tax, but you have not even made enough money to pay for the classes to be a driver. That's why I asked you, what were you doing in Kenya in the 1 year between Hungary and Netherlands? Because if you had not come to the UK, to the Netherlands, then shouldn't your family be sustained by that? Why are they now dying because you left Kenya? Why are they now, hey, we are on our last meal. If you don't serve the last meal, we are dying. Do you want us to say hi to God? Block everybody. You can unmute yourself. Unmute yourself. Block everybody, bro. In this moment of building yourself. This is a second chance. For you, probably it's a fourth chance. You don't have much time left for chances. Separate yourself from every noise. Every noise. You don't have money to send back home. So cut out even your mother. Tell your siblings to dig their graves when they are still healthy, so that if the help from you doesn't come, they can bury themselves. Tell them George is the one who said it. So it's not on you. That these people are dying if you don't send kronas. What do they use in Netherlands? Is it krona?
Euros.
Tell them while you still have a meal left, dig your grave. When you are dying, just drop in the grave. The villagers will bury you. But I'm not sending you any money. I have not made enough to stop complaining about $60 over driver license costs. So cut out tax, black tax. Build yourself and do things for yourself, not for your family. Your family is doing nothing for you. There is nobody out there in Africa saying, I'm going to skip a meal and find out how I can transfer the Kenya shillings into euros and send it to my brother. Maybe he's suffering, it's cold, I hear it's winter. Let me send him a blanket. Nobody. Nobody. Tell them to dig their own graves and bury themselves in it. If your money is the one that's going to keep them alive, tell them George is the one who said it. So that when they die, don't go report you to their God. I'll deal with my God when I get there. Yes, are you?
man, facts, man. It just reminds me of the times, even when I moved here initially. Yeah, I had that burden of I need to help family back home. Looking back, I have never received a single shilling. There has never been an in. You know, like the way you have when you look at your bank statement, right? You just see out, out, out. There's no in.
There never is.
Yeah, yeah,
There never is. Nobody bothers to even ask you, are you comfortable where you are? What
yeah,
do you do in the winter? Are you staying warm? Nobody.
yeah.
I saw a skit. I saw a skit of there is this Kikuyu woman who has a little girl, maybe she's 9 or 10, and she was doing an imitation of she just came to America and she's calling the mother back home. Hey
Hey
mom,
mom,
I got home.
I just landed in
I got in
America.
America safely.
It's really cold here, but it's beautiful and I can't wait to start a new and wonderful life.
And the mother on the other side is saying,
Okay.
hey,
I'm happy that you landed safely. Eh? And since now that you are in America, I have a couple favors to ask from you. Eh? You know our neighbor, Duta? Her daughter has only been there for 1 month and she's already bought them 3 houses. Eh? So I want you to do that too, please, okay? And yesterday, when your father went to drop you off at the airport, he went with me to look for some cars.
you need to think about
He wants a
buying him a
Subaru.
car. Buy
Subaru.
him.
You know, he's getting old. He cannot walk as much, okay? So buy him a car, please. And also your brother. Remember he's getting married because he likes that girl. Even though I do not like her. We need dowry to give to their family because, we want to look rich, eh? And fancy, right? Okay, so
Yeah.
She just came in yesterday.
I know you only got there yesterday, but go find yourself a job tomorrow. Goodbye.
Yeah.
If you eliminated those people, because they eliminated you the moment you left JKIA. Ama uniambie kuna mtu Kenya na kutumianga euros UK. Tutakuigiza kwa Guinness Book of Records. Sahi.
Yeah, I'm actually yet to find someone like that who's ever experienced that. Oh man.
I was telling the guy from Taiwan, I wish I had this information 20 years ago. Everybody out.
Yeah.
Build myself.
Yeah.
You've been there 2.5 years without papers. Let's just call it without papers.
Yes.
I stayed here 11 years without papers. I never at one point thought of going back. That is one thing I was very clear about.
Nice.
I will do whatever it takes, short of marrying a black nigger woman. Short of that, I'll do whatever it takes. I was like, marry a nigger woman or die. Okay, give me death. Make it quick. But anything else I was willing to do.
Man.
2.5 years, bro, and you're still looking around where you came from.
Can I ask you a question?
Yes, sir.
So why did you have that conviction?
Because I was clear-eyed on what I wanted my life to look like. This one here now, where I have bought myself freedom, success, and power. You see me posting Instagram photos and IG updates. You think I make it look easy. But you never saw me in the 11 years. And I'll tell you something else. In the 11 years where I couldn't have papers, I was not worried about what I cannot do. I was never worried about what was not in my control. which is something I wanted to tell you way back when you started. Stop getting obsessed with something you cannot change. Work with what is available. You did warehouse. You did motorcycle delivery. Focus on that. Don't say, I wish I can be a driver. You cannot be a driver until you pass the test. That is not in your control. Control what is under your control. You are disappearing again. It is that simple. It is that simple. Now you look like you are dead on my screen. Nike kiraji na bere. Bro, you have no idea how many people need this information.
Yeah.
When they leave Kenya, what to do. Cut. I know it sounds so insidious. Cut everybody out. Cut everybody out until you can stand on your own. It sounds so evil. It sounds so insensitive. But those people don't care about you. They care about
You
what
know,
they can get from you.
yeah, you know, when you were talking about, they don't even care what time it is in your time zone. They don't even, time zone doesn't affect them. They don't even, they're not even aware that there's a time zone. They'll just call you, and it's probably 3 in the morning over here.
And you notice how all of us accommodate that misbehavior, accommodate that insensitivity when it's coming from them. But they turn off their phones at 9 p.m. You cannot reach them at midnight.
Yeah.
All of them. You cannot reach any one of those people. The guy who called you at 3 a.m., you cannot reach him at 11 p.m. And we all accommodate that. Somebody woke me up not too long ago at 3 a.m. to borrow me 50K. 3 a.m. You know those Swiss bank boxes where you can go access.
Yeah, the safety boxes.
They are not open at 3 a.m. bro. Na pesa ni yako. The money is yours, but 3 a.m. it's not open.
Oh, man.
But these people get on the phone at 3 a.m. Hey, Nico, pesa 50K. 3 a.m. But if I needed you, I can't get you at 11 p.m. You power down your phone. And we all accommodate that insensitivity on their part. Bro, you think you have problems. You don't. You have imaginary problems. You want to feel important to people who don't value you. They value what you bring on the table. They sent you to be their slave. They didn't tell you that. I'm the one saying it because Mimi ni mbaya. Mimi ni mbaya.
That one, oh, that one hit hard.
They don't look up to you. They look down on you. They sent you to be their slave. Do you think they value you as a slave? No. They value your output. So you are here all divided 7 times over, worrying about people who you should not be worrying about, instead of saying, okay, so the things I can control is working a warehouse. The things I can control is being a delivery guy. Let me become the best delivery guy the world has ever seen. And then you make bank. You make bank. Make bank. You steal time. You go to these social places and you get immersed into the language. You try until you make it. Then you do the test. Then you pass the test. Then you present yourself to the driver license office. Then once you have the language, then there is no you seeing victimhood and institutional racism. Because now you have the language. You pass. Now the license opens you up to more opportunities. Then you can unblock your mother and say, Mother, are you still alive? Yes, okay. What problems of yours can I solve? But you cannot do those things when you're at the bottom.
Man, that is some crazy stuff, man.
But I better I would rather spend time with somebody like this
Yes. Yes.
than Akinaniri, 23-year-old Gen Z Ntwanzi, staying in their mother's house, does not even know what kind of plans the mother have to send him to college in Cyprus, or is it Turkey? I don't know. My mother knows. And you wanna tell me that Dwanzi is gonna get on the plane and survive in a foreign country
Nah.
with that mindset? So I would rather spend a lot of time with somebody like this, because all they need is just shine the flashlight on the right direction,
Yeah.
and they start getting clear.
Because he's already had the failures. You can see it even from the way he talks. Like he has
Yes,
been through a lot. So
yes, they are the best people to talk to, because now reality has settled in. So, Mister, there is a lot of sacrifice that goes into money, power, and success, and not the Masonic sacrifice. That one is not going to get you that. So just do the things you are in control over. So when you disappeared, we were worried. We were wondering how a foreigner gave you visa benefits in a foreign land. How is she, as a Hungarian, able to give you the benefits of a girlfriend visa in Netherlands?
yeah.
Yeah, it's called family verification under EU law. So I'm not necessarily under the Netherlands law. We are under the EU law. So the EU law allows me and her to stay here.
Simply by you fucking her? What have I been missing out here?
Yeah, it still doesn't make sense to me, man. It still doesn't make sense to me. I haven't heard of
It's
anything like that, man. Doesn't make sense.
just Google it. Just Google verification of EU law, like family under verification of EU law. It's there. It's
So
in Google.
so she was already there. She invited you, and all you had to go and prove. They give you a bed where you fuck, and then say, "Okay, now you're girlfriends. Now you can stay here."
No. So like the proof was, have you been in a relationship before? Is this a continuing relationship? So if it's a continuing relationship, like you can come. That's it. So since I was with her for like 1 year, that's proof enough for them. So the proof that they needed was texts, pictures together, holidays together, and I think that was basically it.
Okay,
So
so
you are benefiting on the fact that she is a EU citizen.
EU citizen,
right, but you
yes.
guys are registered partners, according to what I'm reading here. We
Come
lost him
on, man.
at the crucial time when we really needed that information. Because I'm reading it here, it's saying, in the context of EU law, family is defined broadly primarily for the purpose of family reunification. The concept includes the spouse or registered partner of an EU citizen, direct descendants under 21 or dependent, and dependent direct relatives and all that kind of stuff. But so just a quick question. Are you registered partner with her then?
No, you don't have to be.
You see the things you are missing, Mr. USIU, for not being a member of the EU in the UK. Would be raking all these citizenships across the European Union.
No, I already took your advice on the finding a Romanian girl to supercharge my genes. That's in the process. Interesting. Okay, I didn't know that.
So you said something about 2.5 years before you qualify for, let's call it green card.
Yes.
But you're already there almost 2.5 years.
Yes.
So the hindrance is still
So
the language.
it's 5. It's 5. So I'm here 2.5, remaining 2.5.
Ah, that's what you meant.
Yes.
So why are you not putting enough effort in learning the language?
Man, I think it's just laziness. I think deep inside me, I'm resentful for the fact that I'm here. I know it doesn't make any sense, but I don't understand it. I don't understand why I haven't been able, why I haven't done it. Why I haven't. And the thing is, I know I can do it. Like, I know in 6 months' time, I can. Oh yes, I just remembered. I think the driving license thing really demoralized me, and it made me question if I want to stay here. Yes, I think that's what really demoralized me, because I know I can do it in under 6 months. I can just lock in, study the language, and be very good at it. I know that.
If I may interject here for a second, so that we're just all on the same page, what's your definition of "I've made it"? Like when you say "I want
I've
to be
made it.
there," that I've made it. Yeah. Like, can you define like what? Can you try and like put it into words?
Can you repeat that question, please?
So you were talking about you want to go and do the whole driving test. You want to do the whole whatever certifications that you need to do so that you can do your job in the warehouse, whatever. So that you can make it. So I didn't understand what is your definition. I want to understand what's your definition of "I have made it."
In the Netherlands, it's just an easier life. I realized, like, yeah, in the first year it was very hard, and then it was in the second year it was a little bit hard, but it's manageable. So the more progression that I make, for example, if I learn the language, the easier it is for me to stay here. The more certifications that I have, it becomes easier and easier and easier until I integrate completely. So for me in the Netherlands, that's making it, because if I do those things and end up getting the, let's say, the naturalization, the citizenship, the green card, I mean, like, the opportunities are endless. Like, that's making it.
So if you've already defined the steps of what you need to do to make it, so then what stop? I'm still like, the steps, what you need to do to get to where you need to be. So are you expecting these things to just arrive at your doorstep for free?
No, I
You,
don't. It's what
you,
God said, right? It's like they sent me here to be a slave for them. I think I'm resentful of that fact. And it's like, if I had done it for myself, maybe I wouldn't be so resentful of that fact, or maybe I wouldn't be hesitant, because I do know the steps. Like, I do know exactly what I need to do, but I'm just, and that's why I called George. I'm like, what is that? Like, why am I, is it just, maybe it's just laziness? Is it lazy? I don't understand.
so let me ask you, between positive influence and negative influence, which one do you think wins oftentimes?
I'd say negative.
Your girlfriend is your negative influence. And I know the reason you are thinking about it, you don't want to say something, is because there is the catch-22, that you need her to stay there. You need to get rid of her to succeed there, and yet you cannot get rid of her.
But hey man, but dude, you've said something there that I just caught my attention, and that's you've raised a very valid point. But you said something around It wasn't even your decision to go to the Netherlands?
Yes. Yes. So I came to look for money, to go back home, to start something. It's true, I had 1 year that I didn't really do anything. But in that 1 year, George, that's when everything clicked. Like my whole childhood, how my family is run, how I'm supposed to like get out of that, how I'm supposed to like that's the year that changed everything for me. Like yes, I didn't do, but I did. That happened.
I understand all
So
that. I
me
understand all
deciding to
that.
come.
But you don't go back there without power, success, and freedom. You saw those things very clearly, and you knew the way out is to get success. Let's call it money, power, and freedom. You knew that. But the moment you got in the playground where those things are earned, then you're not sure whether you are up for the task. So you are like, oh, it was still easier when I didn't have power and money and influence. So I can still go back there and wallow in the nothingness of the African continent. And Asim, don't forget what you're about to say. When I told you the catch 22 you are in with your girlfriend, you stayed quiet. Niki kiradi na bere hana.
Now we're getting to the juicy parts. Yes.
Yeah, I did stay quiet because she's nice. She's very nice. If I'm being honest, she's very nice, right?
I'm waiting
Accepted
for the
me,
but.
brought me here. I just can't be myself. Like I can't. You know, you're very right when you said I'm not a content creator because that's what we would have been talking about. That's very true. I can't be myself. Like I don't know what it is, but I just can't be expressive. But at the same time, I don't want to go back and then, like Asim said, wanting to come back again into the Netherlands. I mean, that would be not good for me.
You are still avoiding talking about her. I wanted to hear the but. She's a nice person, but stay on the but with a single T. I know you've been on the double T, but stay on the single T.
I don't know what to say. Like you said,
Can I just interject here for a second, man?
please, please,
Dude, I
please.
feel okay. This is how I kind of look at it, man. You've put yourself in a situation where she has power over you, man. She dictates whether if you'll stay or go. She can today she can just wake up and say, actually, you know what? I don't want to be in a relationship with you. You'll be shipped back to Kenya. Or am I wrong?
Quick, fast.
Sini mimi nakushow.
Fuck, man. Dude. Oh man, shit. You know, it would have been better if you just showed up on a visitor visa and then figured your way out from there. But fuck, man, you're in a situation where you're in with her. She can wake up tomorrow, and you know, in the EU and in Western countries, that's how it is, man. If you do not, you're walking on eggshells, basically. You do not do something that she doesn't approve or she doesn't like. Airmail back to Kenya. Let's go.
Which, which is why two folds. The idea of jumping the line to become a driver is because of the noise and the nagging in his ear from her, telling him how he's not motivated, how he's not man enough. All the other people are doing this and they are succeeding. You should be a driver by now. You should have learned the language by now. And also now that aspect of a driver is also his escape plan. He says, if I can become a driver, I can work for 18 months, I can rake in and I can escape this woman. That's where his problem is.
Damn.
So he is like, show me a shortcut to get rid of this woman. Show me a shortcut to make it, which is what you caught when you said what you call making it, so that I can buy freedom from this woman. The freedom he's talking about is from the woman.
Yeah.
Si ako hapa, si umuulize.
Oh, man. Bro.
You should have gone to your uncle. Mimi sio mzuri.
Oh, man. Come
He
on.
wants to buy freedom from this woman. That's why I asked him, what do you think is more effective? Positive influence or negative influence? Obviously, negative influence. That is his, what do you call it? Stockholm syndrome. He has been captured in the home front by the prison warden.
Oh, shit, man. Oh, come on, man. Come on, bro. And you know, your silence is making the situation even worse, man.
Bro, he
Say
is
something.
scared to death of the. And I'm imagining her as a skinny, tall, slender girl with tattoos on every visible place. She is scared. He is scared to death of that skinny girl. I mean, nimekosea wapi?
Where are my whips? I have the whips here. Let me see if they're working.
Okay. But can I there's a jitata. So
Tell me she's not skinny. Tell me she doesn't have tattoos.
yeah, she's not skinny, she doesn't have tattoos.
Ah, so she's one of those momo. Edone momo.
Like I
Edone
said,
momo.
she I know.
Oh, man. Oh, man. Oh, man.
Okay, listen. Can I
You see, this is why I don't do banter. I am too brutal for banter. I am way too brutal for banter.
Hey, damn, man. That's some next level heartburn, man. But look, as much as we're making fun, look, man, look, we're just talking so that we can we can try and like help you out, man. Try and make you see the road, man. Try and make you see the way, because
Okay, no, he had said what I need to tete. Jitete, brother.
okay, she's not the type to actually she is. She can be a lot nagging. It's one of the influences where I didn't want to learn the language. But because see her, for example, I can have a very bad day at work. When I'm saying bad day, like it's cold, it's winter, it's rainy, I have to deliver. And at the end of the day, like I'm okay, right? I'm okay. At the end of the day, I feel accomplished, right? And then I go home. She's had the same day, let's say. She was out there working, delivering. But then she will come and complain about it. Whereas for me, I felt accomplished. So it's like it's not we're not really on the same frequency, I can say. So the thing though, so the reason why I said she's nice is because yes, in that aspect she can be nagging, but she's not constantly in my ear like, go get the driver's license, you can see your friends doing this. No, she's not really like that. She's very calm.
But they say one word that completely destroys you. Just one word. Yeah, there goes the silence.
No, because I am just what is it called? Introspecting what you're saying, because it's usually true. They don't really have to talk that much, but when she says something, it's like Man, you didn't really had to say that. You didn't really have to say that. And then what's the other thing? The other thing is that I have been able, when you're talking about blocking, I have been able to do that. I've been able to do that with most of my friends, most of the situationships I've had, and this is the only partner that I have remained with. So I didn't really want to talk about her. Yes, she has a part of influence, but mainly because I want it to be me. Like, I want it to be, I should do this. I should be able to do that. Like, because if I continue to say that, oh, maybe she's the one that's affecting me. Like, I feel I don't want to continually say like she's the one that's affecting me, because in the end it will. And I don't want to be that, like an excuse man, like, she's like, I can walk away. So I don't want to be that. I don't want to be an excuse man.
Now let me
And,
stop you right there, man. I'm
what,
sorry,
what,
but that whole sentence of "you can walk away," nah, I don't buy that one. But sorry, go ahead, IQ.
I am insisting on something here. Influence. In an alternative world, the two of you could sit together and say, this is the predicament we are dealt with. We are both foreigners in a country that requires language immersion. Let's focus on that. That's what I was calling negative influence and positive influence. You both are in the same predicament. If you became a tag team and say, let's go study together and capture this language, let's practice it at home on cue cards as we are riding a bus. I was going to say driving. When you are riding a bus and you are exchanging notes, and you be like, tree. What is a tree in Dutch? What is cup in Dutch? What is television in Dutch? You are continually challenging each other to form sentences, to practice the language, and then when you fully are comfortable, you go sit for the exam. That is the positive influence, which is not what is happening. So both of you are in the same predicament. You are getting low-level jobs, limited opportunities. Both of you are in the same level, and yet nobody is influencing the other to become better. That's what I meant with positive and negative influence. And now, because she is a woman, she is naturally not going to be accountable for her part. She's going to make it look like you are the one who is not doing your part. They do it so calmly, so comfortably, ever so slightly, and then at the end of the day, you start second guessing yourself. If you are two dudes that moved into Netherlands together, by now you'd have challenged each other to learn the language. By now you'd have been challenging each other who is going to get the driver license first. You would be like, hey, let's do this. Let's make sure we get all this done so that we can go in there and both of us pass the test. Two dudes. A woman is a dead weight. I'll say that again so that nobody thinks I was misquoted. A woman is a dead weight. It's going to sink you down.
Damn.
What did you hear last?
What I had last was, since she's a woman, she can do that so comfortably, like I wouldn't even notice.
If you had moved to the Netherlands with a dude, a guy you know from Kenya, and you combined and you say, let's go look for better life in Netherlands. By now, you would have challenged each other to learn the language. You would be doing it with the aim of passing the test. You would make sure that you put yourself ready for both of you to go there and get the driver license on the same day. If you are two dudes, a woman is a dead weight. You have to swim and carry her weight at the same time. She's not motivating you to do the language. She needs the language herself, but she's not motivating you to do it. You are doing the very low level entry level jobs. You know, at the end of this, how old is she?
29. I'm 27.
She's older than you. The reason she's still with you 2.5 years is because she has not found a man to hypergamize to. That's why I asked you what her age was. If she was 24, she would be gone by now. The age factor is the one that is limiting her opportunities. Her opportunities is not in delivery. Her opportunities are not in getting a driver license. Her opportunities is hypergamizing to a better man than you. The limitations on her part is her age bracket. The day she will get a guy who will accept her for her age and her weight, you will forget her name. She'll be gone. Stop carrying dead weight. She's not your woman. I know you need her as an anchor baby.
Oh man. Hey, yo. Yeah, I just feel like he is in a very crazy predicament right now.
Yeah, the catch 22 is because
Mm,
he needs her for the
mm,
papers.
mm.
Yeah.
I have another thing I wanted us to. So about the black tax, right? You might not have guessed it, but I am a last born. My siblings are older, so the older siblings are the ones that took care of me. My mother retired in early 2000s when Moi fired, I think, a bunch of people, right? And since then,
Structural adjustment program.
yes. Since then, she hasn't really worked. So my older sister took over, and after that, my brother took over.
Ah, we
We
lost him
lost you.
again.
We lost you again. And I know where this is going.
Fucking hell!
Just drop and come back. We cannot hear you. He's reconnecting. It's not gonna connect him until he comes back.
OMG!
Yeah, there we go.
So your mother was one of those people that were retrenched during the structural adjustment
Yes,
program of the Moi
yes.
days.
So after that,
And your older brothers took care of you because they were older.
yes. So it started with my older sister. My sister is the eldest. She took care of us. Since that time, my sister has been working. I think she worked 10 years in Dubai. My brother, same thing, 10 years in Qatar. And now it's my turn. It's my turn. So the thing is, yeah, it's, if it wasn't, I feel indebted to them. Let me say, because they did their part.
No, no, no. That's the problem with the black tax. They were older, you are the youngest. You don't pay back upstream. You pay back downstream. You pay it forward. You are indented not to them, but to humanity. So that when you are able, you can also help somebody else. Not pay them. It was not a debt. It was not a loan. They were doing their part in the sphere of humanity. You pay it forward. The person who is able to help is the one who helps the one who is less fortunate. That generosity does not go upstream, it goes downstream. When you are able to help, you help somebody else in need, not this person who had it when you were a child. Why would they need you? Were they not doing it out of the generosity of their heart? Were they not doing it because you are siblings? You help the next person. That is where the miscommunication happens with the black tax. You're supposed to pay it forward, not pay back to the people who helped you. Why would they need help? They were able to help. Why would they even accept help? If I have helped a lot of people in my life. If any of them came back to repay me, it would be an insult to me. It would really be an insult to me. Like, what is going on here? You don't think I helped you because you needed help? It's like those arguments in Kikuyu land where where young men quarrel with their mothers, and then they tell the mother, "Tell me how many gallons of milk I breastfed from you. I pay you back." I think there's a politician who said that sometimes back in the 80s or 90s. It's not a thing. If you are raised well by your parents, then you create your family, and you raise them well from the memories of your childhood, or you raise them better than you were raised because now you know the way. But you don't pay back gallons of milk back to your mother. That's not why she was breastfeeding you. So that when you're able to pay gallons of milk, you can pay back that to her. So why would the siblings be wanting money back? You pay it forward, and you cannot give what you don't have. You cannot pour from an empty vessel. You fill yourself up first so that you can pour out of abundance. If you keep pouring and pouring and pouring, you are going to get empty. Now that is the black tax. That's why black people don't succeed, because there's so much demand from an empty vessel. Fill your cup first, then pour to the next one that needs it, not the one that gave you. It will be an insult for you to repay somebody who helped you. Pay it forward. People build memorials. I was watching Wodemaya in his country, and he has dedicated a studio in a building and named it after the guy who helped him when he needed somebody to help him succeed. He has renamed that studio the name of that guy. That's called honor, not paying back. That's why the black tax fails us a lot, because we feel indented in the people who helped us instead of indented to humanity down the stream. People who went to Starehe Boys High School, the older generation, the Peter Kenneth group and the James Orengo group, they help other boys in need because they are paying forward, not the people who helped them. They help the next person who needs it. So there's no argument there about your siblings. I don't care whether they had to sell their senye to help you when you were a child. You needed for them to sell their senye to help you. Then you go do the same and help the next person when you are ready and able to do it. Don't pour from an empty. It does not work like that. What else did you want to talk about?
Yeah, I think you've cleared that pretty well. To be honest, you've cleared that pretty well. Yeah.
So what is this issue of racism that you flew all the way to Netherlands to call the natives racists?
Okay.
They were doing just fine before you showed up. They didn't know they were racist. They didn't know they were racist until you showed up.
The thing, I wasn't even that type of person before I came here. I wasn't even the type of person to say like, "Ah, it's hard and these people are like this," and then just slowly it just crept up on me. It just crept up on me, and now I'm like, these guys and this. Yeah, I don't get it.
But are you saying that because of what you've seen on social media? Because I understand social media can be very influential. You can look at some content, and negative news travels very fast. So you can look at some negative content and feel like, oh, maybe this might happen to me. Is it because of that, or you have actually encountered incidences where you have been like
I,
cast aside, or you haven't been given the opportunities? I mean, are there opportunities that you cannot access that other people can access, is basically what
So the reason why
I'm
I
asking.
switched from the warehouse to delivery was exactly because of that. Like I witnessed it firsthand. Like, okay, it doesn't really have to be racism. It could be just like this person was an asshole. One time I was at the warehouse and we were doing work, and this woman came to me and she told me like, okay, you're not supposed to do this and that. I was like, yeah, bet, sure, okay. As I was continuing work, another guy came, and this guy is from the same country as her. They're both Polish. So the guy did the same thing. So when he did the same thing, I was like, but this girl just told me I'm not supposed to do that. So I went up to her. I was like, okay, just to clarify, this guy is doing what I did and you didn't correct her. And she was like, no, he's not. I'm like, you can see that's what I was doing and this is exactly what he's doing. So like, why don't you tell this guy? And then immediately she switched up to like, what's wrong with you? Huh? What's wrong with you? I'm like, whoa, relax. Like, you can just tell him to not to do that, right? And she just went higher and higher. What's wrong with you? What do you want from me? And then she immediately again started pushing me. I'm like, okay, hold up. This is crazy. You can't just go all the way up. And then she did it again. I was like, wait a minute. And then she tried to do it the third time. When she tried to do it the third time, I became angry. I threw the first punch. And then some guys came to me and were like, whoa, no, you can't do that. I was like, yeah, sure, okay, fine. But at that time, I was so enraged, I didn't care. So after that, I stayed there for like a week, and they were like, yeah, we are sorry. We can't really continue with you. Why? Because you've been taking sick leave. I'm like, I haven't taken any sick leaves.
Yeah, like they gave you a fake,
Yeah, they gave me a fake, but
excuse to fire you.
yeah. So
Okay,
like,
but you already
yeah, I
knew,
already knew that.
like why they had fired you.
Exactly,
Okay.
exactly. So
Don't you feel like you've already answered the question in what you've already just? But
yes.
sorry, IQ. I think you wanna add something there though.
So tell me, Asim, Polish people are very racist. Is it true?
I haven't
Naturally.
experienced anything like that, man. Personally, I have not experienced anything like that. I've
In
interacted
the
with.
in the context that they feel that they should have the first opportunities to immigration jobs. And there is a history. There is a history behind it. When the UK refused to join, what was this thing called? Brexit?
Brexit,
Yeah.
yeah, they wanted to do the whole leaving the EU thing.
The biggest losers were the Polish from that equation. I don't know if you follow that story.
I believe so, yeah.
And because of that, they felt like now the rest of Europe is ours. If we cannot work in the UK, now we are going to own the rest of the European Union. We are the next best thing. It's like, and I don't want to give the example with the niggers and Africans in America. Let's go with the Hispanic whites. They consider themselves better than the Mexicans, Central and South Americans.
Right, right, right.
They feel like they are better humans simply because they are third, fourth, fifth generation Hispanics in America. And the Polish have that attitude that they get the first take at this immigrant pool of opportunities. And so they are the leaders of siasa za kazi. They want to edge everybody else so that they can be in control.
Right.
I think, Asim, you must work in the corporate scene, right? Yeah.
Yeah, I work a proper white collar job, so I'm not really interfacing with a lot of people. The people I interface with are extremely technical people, and probably to get to that level, they have to go through a lot of, I guess you can say, interviewing and skill set checks before you can actually reach the level where I'm at currently at the moment. So I don't see. It's weird because the people that I interact with are mostly British. Obviously, I've seen. I can say Romanian, not Romanian.
Croatians and the guys that are fighting Russia, those ones are also in
Ukrainians.
tech.
Ukrainians, yes.
Yeah.
Ukrainians. Dutch, I haven't interacted with a lot of Dutch. Italians. Yeah.
But that aspect of racism among coming from the Polish, it's a real thing in Europe. They are like the Filipinos of the Middle East. I think that's a better example.
Right. Okay, that makes more sense now.
Yes. The Filipinos and the Indians, they want to own the migrant workplaces in the Middle East.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
But if we examine that scenario, and this is me just being judgmental, you are not angry at the people, you are not angry at the supervisors, you are not angry at the other person, you are not angry at this guy not being viewed in the same way you are looked at. You are angry at yourself because of the limitations that you have put yourself in. Because you look at yourself and say, I should not be here. Why am I interacting with these losers? That is where the anger is coming from. You are projecting your anger and your limitations and your iniquities on these supervisors, and anything they say triggers you. Because you know you don't belong there. You are better than that.
In fact, even that fight, I felt like I knew that's how she was going to react. I can say like I was looking for it because I knew that's how, like I could feel they didn't want me to be there. Yet we had been working together for like 6 months. So for me questioning her, I knew she wouldn't like me to question her. And I did it. Yeah, but you're right.
Yeah, but I also feel like the other mistake. But I feel like the other mistake you did was you allowed your emotions to really take control over, because you reacted based on what they said and you physically reacted. And I think maybe you should have drawn the line there and said,
he just needed a trigger, and they knew how to gaslight him.
Yeah.
He was just waiting for the perfect opportunity. It's like the black people when they destroy things. They are not looking for a reason to destroy. They are looking for an opportunity to destroy. They give you an excuse, maandamano, whatever, rioting, but it's not a reason. It's an opportunity. You were already on the edge, and you needed somebody to trigger you, to act out your frustration, which is a very bad place for a man to be in. Which is now why you actually need the freedom and the success and the power so that you are in control. But you have to go through fire, bro. Nobody is born with those. And even those ones that are born with them, they are taken through the rigors of life so that they can appreciate the value of those things.
Absolutely, man.
Maisha ya mwanaume ni ngumu kidogo.
Kidogo is an understatement, man.
Bro, adulting for a man is not a small feat.
Man, tell me about it, man.
So I have maybe 15 more minutes. When we were
Yeah.
talking, I got somebody on the way, and I can't track the jet because it's restricted. So I have to get somebody there in time before they land. I have one question for you. What is your struggle? What are you embodying as a symbol of struggle? I wish we get a good connection because I really want to have this conversation. Nobody else will ever dare have this conversation with you.
I know. That's why I wanted to reach home first, but it's okay. I guess is struggling to get out of poverty. Is that an answer?
When we started, you mentioned identity crisis. What are you struggling with your identity?
The position I am in right now has left me quite vulnerable. What you said before about I had an easier life when I was just doing nothing. That's how it feels exactly. Another thing, I'm struggling with I can say three things. I can say self-identity, anger management, and ever since I came to Europe, right? Everything seems to face me head on. Like I have never had to face myself this much. Like there's no running away. There's no God. There's nothing. It's just you and your solution. And it's really hit me in the face. The self-identity.
You know, if for that part only, if it's any consolation, when you succeed, those are the things you are going to look back to and be glad that you went through them when you succeed. But continue. You are headed there with your self-identity, which is exactly what I want us to talk about.
But the self-identity is, what am I really looking for? And am I willing? Like, can I trust myself? Can I trust myself enough to believe myself? Can I trust myself enough to not have an anchor?
Do you go ahead, finish that thought process?
Another thing that comes up to my mind is my father. Because I was hearing the conversation that you had previously with the two guests, and one of the things that you asked them is, in the position that you are, at the age that you are, have you been able to accomplish what your parents did? And for me, my mom definitely by the time she was my age, she already had an apartment that tenants were paying rent for. And that's in the 80s. That's quite achievable. With my dad, I don't really know much. We met in 2023 after that 1 year that I stayed home. We met, I think, at the end of 2022. Sorry, at the end of 2022. That's when we met. And in trying to talk to him, trying to be close to him, I realized that I am just like him. So when it comes to self-identity, I haven't really figured out. Yeah.
I was going to ask you, do you have tattoos?
No, not tattoos.
Do you know why people wear
No,
tattoos?
I don't know.
Asim, why do people wear tattoos?
That's a very great question. I have never really asked that question. My understanding would be to, I guess, commemorate or to try and, maybe they've gone through a struggle or something, and so they've put a mark on their skin to remind them of the struggle that they've gone through, or some enormous event in their life happened, and that's why they want to imprint that on their skin so that they can be reminded of that event or something. That's how I understand what a tattoo is.
So they carry their traumas on their bodies.
Daniel Mungai says, yeah, trauma and memories.
Oh, somebody's saying
Oh,
that in the comment section, right?
yeah, yeah. Daniel Mungai just commented right now.
So they identify themselves with the trauma. So when you say you're struggling with self-identity, and I'm not even going to touch about your father. That's a struggle you're going to deal with by yourself. I asked you now in this segment, what are you struggling with? Why are you struggling with your identity? What is your struggle? Now, one moment before you answer. You just had Asim say people wear tattoos so that they can carry the memories of the traumas. Why do you wear that hair? What is the struggle that you want to amplify with the hair?
Probably identifying with what's his name? Dedan Kimathi. Probably. I don't know, man.
You see, you see, you see. You see.
What? What? Fascinating.
So your struggle is for colonialism. You are fighting colonialism, just like Dedan Kimathi. And now you are surprised that everywhere you turn, you see institutional racism in the country of people who look like the colonizers of Dedan Kimathi. You are looking for it. You want to identify with it. You knock on the door and say, I am here, anti-colonial embodiment of Dedan Kimathi. If you don't give me driver license when I don't qualify for it, you are racist. But you don't qualify for it. If you don't give me an injection so that I can learn the language quicker than naturally possible, you are racist. But you're not putting in effort to learn the Dutch. But you are carrying the identity of a freedom fighter, of a struggle you are not familiar with. You are 27 years old. Your mother did not see the white man rule in Kenya. How old is your mother? Let's start there.
60?
60. She was born 1965.
Yeah.
Your mother did not see white people fighting Dedan Kimathi. Your mother was born in post-colonial Kenya. She is one of the beneficiaries of the foundation of the institutions that were laid out by the colonialists in Kenya. She stepped in when the system was still working in autopilot before the Kikuyus damaged it. She never saw the struggle of colonialism. She was born in the perfect place where the country needed people to educate them in skill sets, to put them in these government jobs, and to educate them in all these skills so that eventually they take over the ruling of their country. And the white man had laid out all the fundamentals to make this possible. Your mother stepped in there and benefited from all those. But you, by walking on Kimathi Street, you saw a guy and said, "What is this? Who is this guy's name? Oh, this is the guy who fought the white man." Which white man? The one that was ruling the country before my mother was born. Oh, I want to embody that guy. And then you wear his hair and you take it to a country that embodies this colonial power that tormented your outer ego. And you're like, "You motherfuckers, you are not teaching me the language properly. You motherfuckers are not putting me in the front of the line. I struggled. Give me citizenship. Give me driver license. I don't have to work for it. I'm a victim here. Putting me in the front of the line." And now everybody is against you. Because where you don't carry the marks of the traumas on your arm, on your arms with the tattoos, you wear it on your head. You're telling everybody, "Identify me as a freedom fighter against colonialism. And now I have invaded your country to demand my rights." I don't know what those rights are, but in your head, that's what you're doing. In an alternative world, where we would be just clean-cut guy, presenting yourself as this new immigrant, without any connotations of the struggles of imaginary colonialism, people might, at the very least, not perceive you by the way you look and give you an opportunity to perceive you by the content of your character. But you deny them that, you deny yourself that. And you say, "Identify me here. I'm the walking, talking statue of Dedan Kimathi. You don't know who he is, but I'm here on his behalf. And I'm going to fight you in your home front." Dunia gani hiyo bwana? That's why I was asking you, what is your struggle? What is this self-identity crisis that you have? Because you have embodied some figures that should not exist in your life. I can embody Spider-Man. Do you think I'm going to jump over city buildings at the thread of the web of my powers? No, I'm going to fall flat.
I think he got the message. He got the message, and
Somebody
he also got a
I
message.
think a phone call came through, and I really have to go. I don't have the tail number of this flight, so I have to get it arranged before they land.
No worries, man. It has been an absolute pleasure, man. Thank you so much for your time.
How do you like that curveball?
Dude, you really threw a curveball here, but this was great, man. Dude, this was amazing. In the meantime, let me shout out to all the people that are here on the live chats. Ray, I see you. Daniel Mungai, Junguna, I see you. And as usual, Robert SFDC. Thank you so much for the live chats and anyone else who's watching, man. Really do appreciate it, guys. Man,
So
just
I
love
don't
you
think
guys.
that guy is gonna come back. So let me also take this opportunity real quick to give my own shout out
Yes, yes.
to my own members.
Let's go.
Everybody that was a member last year rejoined as a member. Every one of them.
Nice.
So it's a big list. So it's the Honorable Sheikh Gitongu, Kibuiku, Rashid Mohammed, Kennedy A, Louis Joroge, T. James, Samuel Mutune, Tony Silver, Big Bugs Diori, Sharif, Mustafa Sharif, Daniel Mungai Juguna, he Silicon F1, Hassan K, Ian Aswani, Samuel Degwa, Peter Mwangi, V. Mitch, Olivia Pop is on the partner level, that's the highest level, Jose Derry, Daniel Oyer, Dennis Mulwa, Malik 2313 just rejoined 9 days ago, Njenga Njeru, Fidel Owen, John Zanor is on the Fred level, Java Wiz, One Me, Clifford Otindo, Joseph Dichu, Nelson Gichuki. Man, I had a very solid conversation with the Nelson guy. He'll come up on the spaces sometimes.
Nice.
Robert SF, DC.
DC!
My private channel, Mark Nganga Gadhombe joined on the Fleds level. Curentino J Money, the Nexus Seal, Edwin Muriungi joined on the French level, and Abyssinia Dental Center, which is Wasike Jabless, just rejoined today. Thank you so much, everybody. We appreciate you. Let's grow together. Let's exchange ideas. Let's exchange this
Absolutely.
information. Let's do this thing. Mr. Asim, your last words.
I just want to thank you, man. This has absolutely been a pleasure. I love the curveball. I have to change the thumbnail now for the stream that I've done because all the stories that I wanted to share with you, we'll do it another day.
We'll
But
do
this
it
was
next
nice.
week. If you
Absolutely.
get a chance in the middle of the week,
Yeah.
just text me and we can squeeze in something.
All right. I'll definitely keep you posted, bro.
Yeah.
All right, man. Take it easy. I
Now,
appreciate you, man.
do your proper exit.
My proper exit. I don't normally have like an exit. I have an intro, but I don't have an exit. Exit,
Your
I just
intro
say,
is your intro is always hi. How have you been?
I never do Hayes, man. Hayes isn't me. Oh man, oh man, oh man, oh man. All right, bro. It has been an amazing time, man. I really appreciate it, man. I'll definitely catch up
Right?
with you next weekend.
All right. And this guy Rajab, when you get another chance, let's finish that identity crisis thingy that is
Yes,
going on here.
absolutely, absolutely, man.
And I said I want to have this conversation because nobody else is going to have that conversation because people shy away from the issue of dreadlocks and stuff. So I was like, I am the evil one. Let me do away there.
Someone has to be evil.
Somebody has to exactly right.